In an effort to alleviate the environmental degradation in Mumbai caused by urbanization, a non-profit group is spearheading a project to grow food forests in the city.
These forests consist of hundreds of trees and edible plants grown on small strips of land. Anjana Pasricha reports from Mumbai.
In a patch of land on the grounds of a school in Mumbai, this environmental activist plants a sapling in a food forest that stands amid tall concrete buildings.
This time I've got a few fruit tree saplings, a few flowering tree saplings to bring in pollinators, as well as some pepper saplings, chili pepper saplings, which will add to the food that's grown over here.
In this miniature replication of a forest, shorter fruiting trees and other edible plants are being grown in different layers under tall trees. It is one of 12 such spaces grown in and around the city by volunteer group The Turning Tide. After spending years planting trees along roadsides to compensate for Mumbai's disappearing green spaces, George Remedios hit upon the idea of using unused land in places like schools and orphanages to grow food forests.
We're fed up with the environmental condition and the rampant construction that you see around with all the cement, and I've had friends of mine who have lost parents to lung cancer. My own mom's had asthma and she struggled with it with bad air quality. I knew that trees are something that not only give us oxygen, but they do a lot more than that. They shade, which protects us from the heat, as well as it pulls in all the particulate matter that's around us. They act like, buffers.
It was not easy. The first step was to regenerate the degraded soil, to create a forest bed. Dry leaves and twigs that usually end up in landfills came in handy. In the last 3 years, trees like papaya have flourished. The food forest also saves costs in carting away garden waste. Volunteers and residents pitch in to nurture the forest in different ways. Jasmine Bagri brings a lemongrass seedling to plant. The food forest inspires her.
I want to stay here. I feel like working. I actually want to dig in. I can see so many small plants. I'm thinking if I can just pick them up and I can plant them somewhere.
As he gets his hands dirty on a weekend, Floyd Almeida re-establishes the connection with nature that he lost when a building replaced his low-lying childhood home.
It's so beautiful because you have birds, you have bees. You come in the morning to work here. And it's like music, when the birds whistle and, you can hear the sounds of the birds. So, there's music while you work.
These are heaven. I think these are something which we should cherish. These are places which we should grow and have more.
More such food forests are planned. But for the time being, it is time for Remedios, who became an environmental crusader after quitting his job, to unwind after a morning's labor.